Hey everybody, this is a cutout conversation from our gaming discussion podcast, Frame Trap. So if you enjoy this, please check out Frame Trap every other Thursday at noon. Thank you. All right, dudes. Internet's freaking out right now. Everyone is like clamoring for Nintendo Directs, because it's September and everyone's clamoring for State of Play or whatever because
there are not enough games out right now.
There's not enough games, exactly, Damiani. We need more. No, it's never enough, my friends. So everyone's freaking out. I'm seeing like F-Zero rumors going on. I'm like, what is happening right now?
October, November's stacked. It's like, all right, but what's after November? What are we getting next year?
We are literally drowning in video games. Yeah. We cannot play everything like that. But it's like it's always exciting to look forward to, especially Damiani because of... And Blood, obviously, because of the new Nintendo hardware, could be hearing about sooner than later. I don't know, what do you guys think about all this? We got some thoughts from patrons just writing in about what they want to see from all this kind of stuff. What are you guys expecting? What do you want to see? When do you think this is even happening, if they are?
I still think it's too early for Nintendo for new hardware to be talked about just yet. I do think it's a little too soon.
I have a question. Yeah. With Switch, did they do something completely standalone?
So, sorry, finish your thing.
No. Did they do it? I cannot remember if it was at a direct Damiani or if it was just a completely separate event.
In October 2016, they did the first Switch unveil.
Okay,
it was on the plane. Someone had it. We're like, that's it. That's the system. We saw a tiny bit of footage of Mario Odyssey. We didn't know what it was called at the time, I think. Mm-hmm. And then in January of 2017, we got the Switch presentation. It had its own presentation just for Switch. And we got all the information about that, the launch, and it came out 2 months later. Mm-hmm. So I think it'll follow a similar kind of structure. Discussing with some other people, the concept of the October teaser event felt like maybe there was a little bit more pressure on Nintendo to say something sooner because of the status of the Wii U not doing as well.
Yeah.
Whereas they had the NX been out. They had soft announced it for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where this is something where they're in a better position,
Much
and
better.
I think they want to just have the unveiling, all the information, pre-orders open. It's coming out within a few months. So I think even if it's coming out in the first half of next year, which I don't think, I think it's next second half.
End?
I think it's going to be fall probably. But if it comes out in the first half, I still think that a February-March type event would still happen for Switch. We might even do a January thing again. They might even repeat history. But this direct that people keep saying is going to happen because September has been pretty much clockwork for Nintendo with some kind of direct or some kind of video presentation. And we know the release is pretty much through the end of the year, but we're still going to need a few more games to have. And there's been rumors of a bunch of different games. So I think it'll be not a megaton direct, but something that's a little bit has some good updates in there. Things we've been wanting to see, maybe a few surprises, but no huge announcements out of left field.
Let me throw a little chaos into that though. Mm-hmm. So there's the reports last week of people seeing the next essentially successor at Gamescom.
Oh yeah,
behind closed doors.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Do you think that's a sign though that it might be sooner than early next year showing it off?
I think that's convincing people. That's getting more people on board. The report before that said that key partners already have the dev units in hand, which you have to imagine are the big third party, Square Enix,
Capcom.
stuff like that. So this is maybe they're trying to convince some other developers to get on board. I also imagine since they're listed as actually participated in TGS, which is next week, that they're going to be doing more of that as well. Some behind closed doors kind of presentations to other developers just to be, or maybe some progress reports with them to discuss where are you on your projects, here's an update on our timetables. But I still think that's these are the planning phases to get their launch window sorted out. Mm-hmm. They want to know what's going to be available in the first month, 3 months, 6 months to a year. I think Nintendo's just figuring it out, figuring out with their third parties, getting any more support, getting feedback, these dev kits. Do they need any extra help with them? What do people want from them, or any new features? So this is just behind the scenes stuff. I don't think this is going to translate to public facing, the consumer, we're getting a announcement about anything just yet. Now, as Blood did point out, like we knew about NX long time in advance. I think they could maybe just say like the
code name,
either like we would like to announce that like the next Switch system, is like in full development, and we were looking forward to sharing more details with you in the future. That's the best I can hope for, and I still don't think they would do that, considering how successful they are right now.
Yeah,
I think it's better just to like throw all your chips on the table when it's time.
Yeah, I mean, I do think that they'll probably similarly do a tiered announcement towards like, okay, let you digest a bit of the hardware first and then get into the games later. But I don't think that they're gonna like cannibalize their last big Switch Christmas.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, like there's like with the Wii U, like Damiani was saying, like you needed anything to get people excited about Nintendo. You needed to show something. And like, yeah, right now they did the Mario Kart bundle and these these other the Switch Lite bundles and stuff that are coming out. So, they're all about trying to get the last hurrah on Switch sales.
Yeah,
and I think that next year, we'll probably see something kind of more towards the spring or middle of the year.
Yeah,
so that we get those early adopters out of the way, and they can basically like be fairly stocked when it comes time for the 2024 holiday rush.
Yeah, because they still have Mario coming out, and they still have Super Mario RPG.
Yeah,
and do they have anything else? I can't think off the top of my head.
I mean, they have Detective Pikachu as well in October too.
Okay.
We don't really have we have the Pokemon DLC.
That's probably big,
but we don't have like no new mainline Pokemon.
Right, not
finally. For taking a little bit of
let
a break.
Let it cook, dude.
And we've got the Untitled Princess Peach game next year.
Oh yeah.
We've got the Luigi's Mansion port.
Yep.
And then what's that?
And technically still Metroid Prime 4.
I was going to ask about that, Blood. Do you think this will? Are they going to show it at this direct, or do you feel like this Metroid game now at the point is going to be just on the next system?
Yeah, I could see this thing going either way. Yeah, it could be a cross-gen game. It definitely would be, like the rumors are talking about DLSS and ray tracing and stuff like that. So it could.
That ray tracing on a Nintendo console is insanity to me. I cannot comprehend that.
The Metroid Prime series is such a good showcase for that kind of new technology.
Oh yeah.
That it would be a shoo-in, but it's also like, again, it's been in development for so long behind closed doors. It's hard to say, but I do think there have been these rumors that Metroid Prime 2 and 3 could come out similar to Metroid Prime Remastered. There's talk like those may be more of a port than a full on like re-engineering of those games like the first game. But yeah, I could see those just dropping during a direct, like the first one.
I've given up on Twilight Princess and Wind Waker.
This is where I was gonna say this might be the time for them to drop in. Like,
if it's
this is like the cleanup crew of like, let's get a bunch of like last minute ports in here to like, get the system to the finish line to the announcement of the Switch 2. I mean, they're good through November. December is usually like a month, like you don't historically have like the biggest releases usually come out in December. So I think it's okay if they don't have anything that strong, like a new full game release coming out in December. Yeah. I do think they need a few things sprinkled in next year, because I'm sort of with Blood, where I think a Switch successor announcement is probably happening after the start of, for me, I think it's going to happen after the start of the next fiscal year. So after April 1st or later, I think it's going to happen. So I think you need something in the first 3 months, like 1 or 2 games there. And you probably need 1 or 2 games in the second quarter. And then I think third quarter onwards, like whenever it's coming out, you can have a bit of a lull there, because like people are getting excited for the new thing. So I do think ports fit nicely there, because I don't think you want to burn. Metroid Prime 4, I think, will be cross-gen for sure. I think it can't just be standalone on the new system, because like unfortunately Metroid is not a system seller.
No.
It's a very strong, critically received series. It is a very good performing series, but it's very clear that a new Mario Kart or a new 3D Mario is being poised for the launch game for the Switch successor.
Yeah,
in my
Mario
opinion.
Kart Tours is
winding down.
wrapping up.
Exactly.
So,
it's like there's
finally
signs that
happening,
Mario
dude.
Kart,
It's
next
finally
Mario Kart
happening.
is probably the launch title or
Wow.
the big launch title.
as well. Well, yeah, we'll see that last pack. We'll see the last Mario Kart pack.
Yep. So that'll probably be there for sure.
Yeah. We're still waiting on some Splatoon 3 DLC.
Oh yeah, the story one too. We haven't heard anything about that.
And then, what do you think? Do you think Pikmin 4 could have DLC? That feels like a prime game that has done super well.
Yeah, I think they could have some update for that as well. That could definitely fit in there too.
Like it may not be huge, but
Just some
other
kind of
little mode
add or
something
new
in there.
mode or add-on or something like that. I could definitely see that happening. Obviously, they said we're not getting Zelda DLC, so that's off the table, at least for this. But yeah, ports. I do think maybe some kind of Zelda will be here, just not but it's either gonna be a port or a
Grezzo style one,
something like that. I could see that happening. Yeah, I'd love to see an F-Zero port, GX port would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
I mean,
dude.
I'm open. At this point, this is where you do them. It feels like we're entering the last year of the Switch being the primary, the flagship console for Nintendo, and it's just start throwing that out there. So I take an F-Zero GX port, 60 frames, preserve that 60 frames, get it updated with visuals. I take the Wind Waker and Twilight Princess ports. I mean, I take give me, take Star Fox Zero and port it to Switch as well. Get rid of the, I don't know, Miyamoto might say that's a little too far. Miyamoto would be that's a little too much of an insult. We can't do that.
They could maybe do Xenoblade.
X
X
has
maybe.
been
Star
tossed
Fox
around.
Zero works, but it only works if you have 2 Switches. It becomes a de facto multiplayer game.
Yeah, now we changed the mode so that if you have a 2-player mode, someone controls the cockpit while you control the flying. But yeah, I mean, actually, Assault. Not Assault. What was the? No, Assault
one?
is right. Yeah,
it's Assault.
So I keep getting Command and Assault mixed up. Maybe I talked about Assault incorrectly earlier at something.
It's fine.
I was talking about alternate endings, the
Yeah.
crazy one where they did that, but that was
Yeah.
Star Fox Command, which is for DS. Sorry, but Assault could be one too. I didn't think it was that great, but anything's
it's
just.
not. But yeah, Bandai Namco did that one.
Yeah, I saw the rumors were saying possibly Final Fantasy VII remake on it also.
Well, that
would be
was you mean for
awesome.
Switch 2?
Yes.
For Switch 2.
Oh yeah, the two. What were the two rumors that they got that running on there just to show it?
Yeah, and
then
Breath of the Wild was running on it.
that, and then the Matrix,
Matrix Unreal
5
demo.
demo
Yeah.
just to
Yeah,
show
yeah.
that was running as well.
Dude, if they did new versions of Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild, that'd be awesome. I would love that.
Yeah, I'm.
Seems maybe a little
I don't want to
early.
get my hopes up too much, but I would really like
Oh,
a
blow it with Nintendo?
$10
Never.
upgrade.
Keep dreaming, dude. They're gonna be $60
So-
a pop, blood,
You'll get so yeah. Yeah.
or 70. Maybe we're
It's
gonna.
it's either gonna be you need to buy into the Nintendo Switch Online subscription service where they're we'll let you here's your upgrades. You can get your upgrade to this version if you own this version if you're already a paying member of this, and it's the digital only, won't be physical, or it'll be you have to I think for physical it's gonna be you have to buy a brand new copy.
Yeah.
And digital there might be an option maybe, but I don't think it's gonna be $10. I think they're gonna make you pay a minimum $20.
Okay, maybe.
Maybe.
Because everything, and just be ready for it. Everything on Switch 2 first party is going to be $70.
Yep.
Oh,
Absolutely.
yeah, that I'm not surprised by. But
Absolutely.
they've done a little upgrade pass before.
Yeah.
Maybe they will. Maybe we're wrong. Sorry, I'm
Because
wrong.
they did that with Virtual Console stuff from Wii to Wii U, and they also there's just the precedent of this last gen with both Xbox and PlayStation offering these upgrade paths. Some of them are free, some of them are paid, but I think that doesn't necessarily mean Nintendo will follow because they don't. But
Right.
there's plenty of room for Nintendo to do an upgrade path if it's just going to be 60 frames per second and higher resolution.
I do. There won't be at this direct, obviously, because it'd probably be saved for the future. But I think of third-party announcements as well. I'm not sure what big third-party games that haven't been announced already that are coming over. Because I think even Persona 3 Reload is not coming to OG Switch, but
I don't think so.
Tactica is coming in
Yeah.
in November. But we'll probably get a few more of those third-party support for this. One thing just to point out real quick for Switch 2 is I do think there'll be way more support, third-party support out of the gate.
Oh my God, yeah.
This time around, especially once they see the announcement, as long as it's nothing too outlandish. It's just like, it's pretty as expected what industry experts are expecting the Switch 2 to deliver on.
Call of Duty.
I was going to say, yeah, Call of Duty. You think it'll be there that same year?
I think there'll be a Call of Duty on there. I do think they'll try and get GTA 6 running on that thing in some capacity because that's a lot of money to leave on the table.
I still won't be surprised if GTA 6 is a PS4, Xbox One game.
Hey, they got
so much money.
That's true, Blood.
But yeah, I'm expecting a lot of those big third parties to announce that, and I think that might also be a good time for Capcom, that Monster Hunter World sequel that we all expecting.
That's true.
Saving it for when Switch 2 is finally known, so they can be like, it's coming all these platforms and Switch.
Maybe
2.
some real cross progression this time.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah, Capcom. That would be nice.
That'd be sweet.
Also, we're gonna get a slew of games that didn't make it to Switch in the last year or so that will probably get their Switch 2 versions.
Yeah.
So
Resident Evil 4.
Resident Evil 4, Street Fighter 6, Diablo 4 will probably come out on Switch 2. Everything that was a big seller this year that didn't come out on Switch will probably be ported to
Get
Switch 2.
a second chance there.
Yeah, absolutely. Like those Switch editions.
Sigma wrote in about Nintendo Direct. Nintendo Direct prediction. I'm not sure I believe a regular Direct will air, but if one gets announced, nothing substantial will be shown. There will be updates on announced games and a few new third-party announcements. Personally, I would like Donkey Kong 94, the Game Boy version, to be added to Nintendo Online since I need to resort to my 3DS or emulator to play it. I love going through it every year. For a third-party announcement, I would love a re-release of Beyond Good and Evil. The game story gets me and the gameplay complements the story well. If neither of these two games get presented, I would like a bold new franchise and an underdeveloped genre like virtual board games. Keep being great allies. Okay.
Yeah, they're under the impression that they think it's not going to happen. So,
yeah,
which is fair.
Very fair.
This is not. Yeah,
this is not.
We
confirmed.
were recording on Tuesday. The rumors all said it was this week, and it's like they usually announce this type of direct a day before because it's not like we can already tell it's not like a massive direct because those they give a little bit more like a 2-3 day heads up. So I think if it's not announced by like tomorrow, Wednesday, it's probably not happening this week. I mean, it could still happen like this month. Maybe they're just like people got the month wrong, or sorry, the week wrong. But I think there might be something. But they did do the Super Mario Brothers Wonder Direct last month. Right, that's their big release. I still think they want to talk a little bit more about Super Mario RPG, I guess, is like pretty much a known quantity. So I don't know if they really need to talk about that anymore. Right. But I still think there's a good chance there's something happening.
The Treehouse Live as well.
Oh yeah, they just did Nintendo Live, a Treehouse Live. So maybe it could be
maybe next month.
They could just be like, hey, we did all this stuff already. Like we that's something different. We haven't done that before. That's why there is no direct this month. So
that's true.
That could be true. I wouldn't be that shocked. I mean, I kind of hope there is one, just because I like seeing like more updates. They did mention like more games being added to the online services, and one thing I will definitely say is like I feel like that Game Boy catalog, they need to speed that up. There's so many Game Boy games. So many great Game Boy games. And I understand some are covered by collections, so they're probably not going to be on there, but there's still so many games that I feel like they could be adding to that. And it feels like that one would be the one they'd be adding more frequently. Like I was expecting like maybe at least one a month, and I don't know. Like it feels a little bit slow. I mean, we have been getting one a month or more than one a month, but I don't know. Quest for Camelot was like a weird grab, so maybe not the one I was expecting. But hey, it's an oddball one. I mean, there's plenty of those. Keep releasing those. I want to keep those going.
Yeah. All right, let's move on from Nintendo to Sony specifically.
Oh yeah.
So they had a state of play in June.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Some decent stuff in there, but not a lot of what people were wanting.
Was that state of play or PlayStation Showcase?
That was a showcase. You're right. That was a showcase.
Sorry, their thing.
You were right. That was correct.
Yeah.
So the rumor is Bloodworth that it's very like Asian focused, like Japanese, Korean, and Chinese too.
Yeah. They're definitely and with a lot of that stuff, keeping an eye on
Because we
what's
got
happening.
Rise of the Ronin on the back burner.
Yeah.
We got Stella Blade on the back
I haven't
burner.
seen that in forever.
Yeah, and they were publishing those games.
Well, they did make some updates.
They did do an update on it, yes.
Yeah.
But nothing like crazy substantial.
No media like updates,
No.
just like they're updating their site
Yes.
and like it looks like maybe they're prepping for something. But yeah, sorry, what you were saying.
Well, I think probably a fair time for Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, if it's
I think-
early
I-
next year
I
still,
think
yeah.
I think it's probably one of their bigger ones. I think maybe Dragon's Dogma could be in there.
Ooh, Bloodworth.
Yeah.
I mean, we did see it at the last one, right? Yeah, we did.
Well, was it that or Capcom had their own thing, right? I don't remember.
Capcom's was like nothing. If I remember.
Got it.
It was like the same trailer or something like that.
Right.
It was disappointing.
Yeah.
Obviously, we'll see Spider-Man if they have it soon.
Yeah.
I feel like we'll see it one
they'll
more
probably
time.
still stick a little bit
One
of
more
that in
time.
there.
Will we see that new PlayStation hardware?
Will we see? Oh.
That
Wait.
new PlayStation 5 model?
Oh, the Pro. Or
No, not the Pro.
which one's this one?
It's like the equivalent. It's like just like a new version of it. Maybe like the equivalent of a Slim.
Gotcha.
The rumor is
Okay.
there will be no disk drive on it. It'll be separate.
Right.
You do it separately.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was a while ago. I don't know if that thing is still.
So, and there was like those shots
bouncing
of
around.
it in the wild. Pretty much, someone leaked it, kind of thing. It looks a little smaller. Mm-hmm. I mean, it still looks pretty big, but it looks smaller.
yeah,
to me,
but that thing
definitely.
was an empty case.
Yeah.
Even, so I don't know how realistic
And
that thing
like
is.
the Spider-Man PlayStation 5s are already out in the wild now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't know too much about that. Especially with the Project Portal or PlayStation Portal.
Yeah, portable.
Also,
Portal, yeah.
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 That being announced and having that come in. So I don't know if like another piece of hardware announcement.
No,
is-
well, I don't think what they need to do is show more PSVR 2 stuff.
yeah.
They've kind of lost a lot
Yeah.
of like the mind share on that right now.
Yeah, there've been
Not a
games
lot of
coming
people are
out
thinking-
here and there, but like,
Yeah, not a lot of
nobody's
people are thinking
talking
about it.
I think
yeah.
we do a weird move to be moving on to like more hardware when like you need more support for that. Like Portal is already a niche thing. It's not like brand new system. It's like a complement
Yes.
to the hardware,
It
which is
took
like
me,
what. Yeah.
forever to figure out what the heck you were talking about. The
Yeah, the handheld blood.
Oh,
Portal.
this PlayStation
PSP,
Portable 2.
yeah.
The PSP.
I mean,
PSP.
but it's not
Yeah.
standalone. You can't. You
No,
need
yeah.
to connect. Yeah.
You need stuff for
But
that.
yeah, like having some good games to showcase on PlayStation VR 2 to show that there's
Mm-hmm.
still things in the works that are coming because that it needs that support. I mean, it's not something that I'm personally interested in, but it seems a little weird if they were just like slow down on that so suddenly.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed like such a big initiative for them. The fact
I
that they
still think it's similar to like the premium controllers though. Like they're going for the niche market that's going to want that, and I don't know that they need to spend a lot of time in any kind of direct when they can just put it on PlayStation Blog.
Yeah, people will just buy it.
well, what about like Resident Evil 4 VR though?
Yeah, we know it's
Oh
coming.
yeah, no, that
Like showing
that
more
I think
of
that,
the-
I
Yeah,
think
they could
that,
show
like,
more.
for
We have, like,
sure.
an update on
Like
that.
they could have
Yes,
updated
yeah.
if there's gonna be Resident Evil 4 DLC, they could show it there.
Yeah.
Oh, heck
I have
yeah.
several things I can think of. Like one is this is not a Japanese studio as far as I'm aware, or Asian one is Little Devil Inside. That game
That's
has just
been
that game has just
disappeared.
gone dark for a long time. So I'm like, what the hell's happening with that game right now? Where's Dragon Quest 12? What's going on with that? Do you think they're gonna do something separate for that blood?
That won't be I don't. That's not having a state of play. That'll be a Japanese only thing that we
In Japanese only.
yeah that we see off of some screen
Well,
somewhere.
no,
Yeah.
it'll be like at a Dragon Quest like event. I
Yeah.
think they'll do it like 'cause when they did the anniversary event where they announced the title.
Mm-hmm.
I think they'll have like a showcase. I think they'll do
Okay.
a Dragon Quest like direct.
There's no reason. It's still such a small franchise in the West. There's no reason for them to show it in a state of play before
Yeah.
they've really dug into it in Japan. I think one thing I could be interested in, even though Epic's publishing it, Sony could still partner, is whatever
yeah.
Ueda's working
Yeah,
on.
definitely. We
Oh,
need to see
yeah.
that game, what that game actually is.
I think that they are probably rightly gun shy about showing it too early.
Yeah. Do you think it's going to be on Unreal? I assume.
Most likely.
Yeah.
Yeah, most likely.
Just realized also Dragon Quest 12. They can't show it off till Switch 2 is probably announced because that thing is 100% coming
It's
to
going to
Switch.
be on Switch too.
Yeah,
100%. I wouldn't be surprised if it's the lead
So
platform.
probably gotta wait for that too.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I really want to see what I think their name is Team Asobi, which is the Astrobot people.
Yeah.
Like, what their game is. We know they're doing
they
something.
probably are doing a PSVR 2
Yeah, hopefully.
game.
Oh,
yeah.
Or even just like a port of Astrobot would be nice, at least on PSVR 2.
Well, yeah, you could get a 2-for-1 on that because they
Yeah,
could
you can
port it
include both.
and have a sequel, which would be necessary. Like, one of the best PSVR games should be playable.
Oh my god, yeah, that game
on the
is so
PSVR
good.
2.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we mentioned Monster Hunter earlier.
Yeah, Monster Hunter feels like it's
It could very well show
the
up
rumblings are feeling like it's showing up. If it'll just be World 2 or something different.
Yeah, it's been a long time since World's gotten like significant updates and Rise as
unless,
well.
Jeff locked that down.
Yeah,
Jeff could lock some stuff down. I feel like Jeff would lock down From Software stuff.
But that's
what
what's a
feels
little strange to me, right? Because doesn't
Sony has a stake.
Sony State of Play tend to be close to Game Awards?
That I don't know, Bloodworth.
Or I guess they used to do PSX right around. that
Yes,
time,
they did
so-
that. But the only reason we're thinking of it now is because they're not at TGS. They haven't been for a long time, so maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And they have done them in September in the past. So maybe. I don't know. Zach Wojnar wrote in, State of Play predictions. New and improved PS2 emulator on PS5, please. If we're paying $160 a year, we should be getting top-of-the-line emulation.
yeah.
For me, the PS1 and PSP emulation on PS5 is decently good enough, so keep it up. But the PS2 emulation introduced PS4 is sorely lacking.
Oh,
Sorted out.
interesting. You think that
yes.
comes down to the emulator itself or just rushing the ports themselves?
Yeah.
Because I know like the Switch had those issues with N64 games where they had to go back and patch out
That's true.
weird dumb stuff.
That's true. Yeah, that was not good. I remember Zelda suffered from that.
Yep. That water temple.
Brandon K. Gain wrote in also. Hello, everyone. In regards to the rumored direct State of Play, do you think these rumors are getting more attention than normal because we're in September, which has been the month in recent years we've had these streams, or because the most recent direct/PlayStation Showcase were not met with overly positively from most fans? Personally, I never believe such rumors until such confirmation they're coming, but I'm always up for new streams from the major publishers. Thanks for taking the submission. If you do, stay easy, fellow allies. So Brandon Kigan is just kind of like not taking the bait until it's officially announced.
like
I think
that.
that's
There's
really
always-
smart.
There's always
Yeah,
a rumor.
it is
Yeah.
very
And it's a
smart.
really smart
Very
thing
smart.
usually.
And like, yeah, especially like they're saying, like September's had so many of them. It's just so easy to say one's coming
Yeah.
without anything to back it up because it's just sort of a pattern.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But
we'll
yeah,
see.
it's exciting time for video games. Lots of great stuff to play and lots of juicy news coming down the pipeline, probably sooner than later.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, you know what they could show at State of Play if they do it is Elden Ring DLC. If they're ready to show that,
Right.
they could
That
show
one
it.
Jeff's got locked down.
Maybe.
That,
Well, Blood.
That's Game Awards. That's Game Awards.
Well, here's the thing, Blood. I think Jeff will get one thing, but From Software's doing multiple things.
Right.
And whatever From Software's next game is, maybe Jeff will get that, and Sony will get Elden Ring DLC. I don't know. I feel like From Software will share the wealth in that sense.
Maybe.
Because they've been at Microsoft before with Elden Ring and stuff like
Right.
that. So, I don't know. Just more From Software stuff, please. Yeah. Well, we just got Armored Core, but I still want
Could also
more.
get a double whammy.
Yeah,
Boom, boom.
that's true.
Right on
Blood.
top of each other.
That's true. We didn't talk about this, or I didn't talk about this with you guys. You guys did talk about this, I believe, in the podcast. That 16 DLC is announced. Two of them.
Yeah.
Too early to show anything, you
Absolutely
think?
too early.
Okay.
Because they,
Oh,
because
yeah,
they're
they
announcing
didn't-
they were
didn't
starting
even
to
wanna
work on
mess
them.
with that stuff before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that wasn't pre-planned. And
Well, how
they
long
also
do you think
said
this is
the
going to
piece-
take then?
I think they're not coming out till like next. First one's
Yeah,
probably not
this
coming
is
out
like
till
next
sometime
summer.
next year.
Okay.
They might have them planned to be like a two-parter. We don't know what it is yet, right? But it like, so it could be as like two pieces of DLC, but they're like 2 months, 3 months apart.
I think it's summer next year for DLC 1 and PC version would be my best guess. That kind of follows the slightly the same path as Final Fantasy 7 Remake with Intermission and Intergrade when they came out like a year later in
Yeah,
the summer.
it did.
Yeah.
But this is going to have two DLCs, though.
Yeah, I
That's
think
the thing.
DLC 2 will probably be either the. So here's the thing. I said summer now. Now I'm rethinking it because it can't. It's not going to launch anywhere near the 14 expansion Dawn Trail. So every month that is, it's at least 1 month before or 1 month after, minimum 4 weeks after that, because they know there's a lot of crossover there. So let's assume maybe June for the Dawn Trail. I'm thinking like maybe like August for part 1 and PC version, and then maybe December for part 2 or second DLC.
Okay.
December, January possibly.
Okay.
Would be my guess.
Sounds plausible to me.